Hello everyone. Do baby stream. You know, just baby stream. And I'm concerned about what my friends are. I hate all my friends. I hate them. I'm sorry guys, I love you. But I do not need to see that in my fucking chat. Yeah. Today we're going to play some. There it is. Minecraft. If Minecraft would let me fix it. Minecraft? So I have to fix stuff on my end before we actually do stuff. Sorry guys. But here we are. Is it just me doing it? Yeah, it's just me. Warning, your eyes might be owie. Because, yeah. Owie eyes. Here you go. Purple and black. I love the end, but it wants to fucking kill me today. Maybe I should. Okay. That's be better. So hyperfixations go. I just like talking about my hyperfixations. So I didn't actually finish reading the 1,000 chapters of freaking King's Avatar since the last time I've talked about it. I kind of stunted on that because for a while there was like no good time for me to read it. And I don't even think I've caught up with the area that the anime has. Well, I think it's manhwa. I haven't caught up with the manhwa, where the manhwa is. I'm just very excited. So, with the I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of words. So there's a special where it's like everyone's like, "Oh my God, yeah, Chu, he's back, he's back." I haven't gotten up to that bit in the manhwa yet. So me just want my boys. I love them. I I rewatched the manhwa anime close enough. I'm sorry, guys. So, I've been to quite a few conventions, and I used to be an avid collector of. Wow, switching subjects because I was thinking about this a lot. So, I used to be an avid watcher, an avid Funko Pop collector because that was like the only reasonably priced. Uh, I couldn't really. What's the word? Sorry, I'm looking through tags. I haven't done that in a while. Should I put like freaking uh 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 we're kind of just talking about it, but I don't think it's actually worth tagging it. Um so I used to be an avid collector of Funko Pop figures. Wow, I know, what a travesty. That was because that was the most easily accessible for me and one I could justify because my older sister already owned some. So I could justify the purchase of it to parents. That's the most awkward thing. It's like, yeah, whoa, parent, may I purchase thing? And I'm like, so I have to be very careful about what I want, what I say, and what I want. I'm just very awkward about my personal interests. Um, So my goal was to resetify that mistake of buying so many freaking Pop Funko statues, was to say for every convention I go to from now on, my plan is to get one non-Funko figurine slash statue because I'm about to expose myself for because of what Pop Funkos I have. Pop Funkos, Funko Pops, whatever you want to call them. I have Sailor Moon ones because Sailor Moon, mwah, my bread, my butter, my jam, and the entire damn sandwich. So I have Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Tuxedo Mask. I think that's it. I never got around to getting Jupiter. And then I just never got Sailor Moon. And by the time they released Princess Serenity and My Beloved Outer Guardians, I was finally realized, it's probably not spend money on Funko Pop. But I do have some like gachapon things that I got from convention. So they're like little pendants thingies. I must hold on guys. Let me just pull up my girl. Let me just pull up a small picture of her and just have her on the bottom because I love her dearly. I must put her in the bottom of this to show you who my current what's it called? Media. Wrong thing, image. I must show you who my current obsessions are. I'll change it every stream or every other stream. I'll change it whenever I remember to. There we go. It tells you what hyper obsession I'm on about this one. This whatever stream it is. So there's my hyper obsession. Well, one of them right now. There she is, Sailor Neptune, my baby. I finally got around to watching the movies that they released on Netflix. Finally, I have been droughted of content for years since 2016, minus Sailor Star's finally getting an English dub, which, wow, it's just very amusing to me. It's like, oh my gosh, freaking Sailor Stars, which I think it was because it was, oh, it's the end of the series, I can do whatever I want. That's when I feel a lot of shows start dipping their toes into weirder things and they're like given an end date. Sorry, I just found it really weird that the freaking spoilers, wow. Tuxedo Mask apparently just freaking dies. And no one notices for like 3 months until he stops responding to calls. I'm sorry, that part always, like, confused me. And we also have the Sailor Starlights, which whole entire can of worms that we do not have time to unpack all of that. Well, actually, we do. I just am very tired, so I don't remember everything. But I think my favorite Sailor Starlight was Yaten. Yaten Cole. Seiya was always just kind of a weird one for me. And I forgot the last one name, but I can only think of Taki's. I'm sorry. Is it Taiki? Hold on. Oh, no, wrong thing. Sailor Star Maker. Oh, no, I don't want that. Sailor Star Maker, because Healer is... It is Taiki! Okay, thank God. Freaking, Taiki. Taiki. Sorry, it's just freaking... The only thing I can think of is Takis. Just Takis. I don't even like Takis. Oh, I'm gonna get my head chopped off for that. I haven't had Takis in years. I normally just steal them off of whoever brought it to lunch with their permission. So it's consensual stealing. Consensual stealing of Takis. It's consensual stealing of Takis. It's like a snack that I'd eat, but I wouldn't go out of my way to make sure I have. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. So I think it's just I always love myself a good sixth ranger character. Surprisingly, my favorite ranger was the green one when talking about Power Rangers. The green one was always my favorite. And with Pretty Cure, I always love myself a good sixth ranger because it shakes up the dynamic of the team. I love that about it. Let me talk about media I like for like an hour or two. So I like overpowered protagonists, but there's justification of it. Like in King's Avatar, there's justification of my boy Ye being as overpowered as he is. It's because he's smart and he also been playing this game for a decade, so it makes sense why he'd have the necessary knowledge to defeat wow to be at the level he is. He has the knowledge, he has the experience. But I also love the characters who are overpowered, know they're overpowered, and yet try to live a normal life and like try to draw attention away from them, but not in the sense of a I'm so overpowered I don't want to hurt people. It's more of a I don't want the spotlight because I'm overpowered, but it's genuine and not like I'm so powerful. I should be given the spotlight. All the other normies should get it. It's like the I'm so powerful, but I literally just want to live a normal life. Please let me live a normal life. I like those types of characters. Not I'm so not humble braggers. I'm not a big fan of humble braggers when it comes to characters and powers. But I'm fine with them if they're taken down a peg and then like the I'm so great sort of thing. I love them if they're taken down a peg and then contribute to the team or the story in a meaningful way. But I'm not a fan of them seeming like they've grown and then just regress. Not a big fan of that. Let me drink some water. I need to stay hydrated. Also 777 how I have a feeling I know who you are, but I'm not positive I know who you are. See, the thing is with usernames in people I know IRL, they're either very, very obvious who they are, or I have a snowball's chance in Florida of guessing who they are. Sorry, I'm bopping along with Nintendo. I love myself some good Nintendo music. You know what I fell into the obsession cliff of? Music with rain in the background. Either Nintendo, well, just video game music in general, city pop, or so Nintendo music, city pop, Minecraft. Like I love myself some good ambience music. Well, not ambience music specifically. Like I like Minecraft music with rain in the background, or Nintendo music with rain in the background. It's always a good like chill buffer, for lack of a better word. Like you've not been. It's like a extra layer of noise to what's the word? To like relax your brain. Because if I'm not doing something and I'm watching something and I'm watching like a video, I either have to get up every like 10 minutes and like walk around the house, refill my almost completely filled water bottle, get myself a snack, and then I come back and continue to watch it unless I have like something in my hands or I'm toying with it. It's just a thing I do, question mark. I've always had that issue. That's why I have slime at my desk. Yeah. So we've almost finished the first floor. Well, like, so this space is like the private. I think I'll start doing the towers next. So I'll start formulating who's going to live in which one via signs. I might switch over to Oliver's SMP. Hold on. I should probably add Ollie to my channel. I should probably add Ollie to my not that. I should probably add Ollie into my auto hosting list. Oh. Where is it? Brand. I just like. Oh, here we go. Let me edit my auto host list. I have to open my. I'm going to promote my friends. Hold on. I love my friends. Following. Show my followed channels. I must promote my friends. Where are you? Did I not follow you? Oh, there's Fishy. I love Fishy. Fishy should exist more often, even though literal thing is I don't stream. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ollie. I didn't follow your channel. I am a disgrace. Did I? I thought I didn't. I am so sorry. I am a disgrace. I am so sorry, Ollie. I'm fixing my channel. Space. No. What is here? I am bad at things. I'm sorry, guys. See, the thing is, I can barely function on good days. I'm barely functioning on good days. So the fact that I'm still ready to stream and actually having fun at like and like actually doing pretty okay. Like actually doing oh Jesus. Oh jeez. I just wanted to be able to auto host your channel. My host list isn't working. I don't think I can update it right now. Yeah. Wait, oh, you're hosting me. Oh, you're too sweet. You are too sweet. All of you. I was very confused at one of my friends' Discord statuses. Ollie is way too sweet. This is a public service announcement. Ollie, I love you dearly. You are baby. I aspire to someday have more than 10 followers. I really did set my goal high, but aim for the stars, and if you miss, at least you'll reach the moon. Because the moon is very close in comparison to the stars that are billions upon trillions of light years away, and sometimes we're only seeing facsimile of stars. We're only seeing them even after they're dead. I see. There are many things I adore. I like myself some stars. I love myself the ocean. Both ways, I guess. Da-na-na. I like how I went from look at my hyper obsessions of anime to look at my hyper obsessions about about mythologies and stars. I'm hyper obsessions. Wow, my beloved is here. Who are you? Who's here? People are here. Hi. Welcome to me talking about anything that pops into my head. Really, today. It's been a good day today. I sat around. Wow. I've been farming stuff in Genshin. I really want Scaramouche. I'm pretty sure there's like a save. I don't think Quincy was there, I think. Quincy, I don't think clipped it though. There's just me raving about how much I love Scaramouche and I've wanted him since November because I used to play on the PlayStation. Only started playing on computer in I think March, April of this year. But I've been playing for a while. I will admit that I did stop around the 1.2 update because I was like, because it's the TV's in the common area, can't really do that without being a nuisance. So now I just sit in my room, play on the computer all day. So I love creating characters, sorry. So after I finish this floor, which will be pretty soon, I'm gonna start assigning towers to the council, who I don't really have names or personalities for, so I think I'm going to rely on I'm going to do color stereotypes or opposite color stereotypes. Like, I love soft pastel pink, but if you fucking put a pinky finger in my general direction, I will commit murder. Like that sort of thing. I see stereotypical characters are either a hit or a miss with me. Because there are some, like, I am so, like, I'm sick and tired of I'm not like the other girls. Like, that's a stereotype in and of itself. I'm not a big fan of that. But I love myself a good, sweet-faced, sweet-faced stabber, which, now that I think about it, is also a smaller pop-off version of stereotype of the, uh, well, it's not a Stafford Smiler. That's a different thing. We don't have time to unpack Stafford Smiler. I like those sorts of characters, but I don't like when a character who has been majorly forgotten about by the writers or writer is just like, oh yeah, they're this thing, even though there's barely any hints to it existing before that certain thing. Like, oh, you're definitely just this thing. We've definitely hinted at it before. When the people who've actually watched the show are like, no, you haven't. What are you doing? I don't like when there's plot holes can be interesting depending on what it is to me, I guess. I'm just having way too much fun talking about my likes and dislikes in media. I like when a show is serious enough that it can have a comedy break and it not feel a comedy break and have it break up the tension. But I don't like when a show is serious. I'm fine with serious shows; those are interesting. But I like when they can admit that there is more to this world than just to whatever world they're building. I like when they hi. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. I'm just trying to replace blocks. I like when they can admit, yeah, with this stop, please. Ah. I like when they can admit to themselves, if anything, that there's more to the show than just suffering and misery. That's always a thing I like to see in media when the show is like, where is it? Oh, like when the show itself is depressing, but they can take that pressure off themselves and write like a fun episode. Like, well, Death Note's just a serious show all the way through. But, oh, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. But I also, but I also like the kind of comedy but serious shows. Like, that time I got, my reincarnation as a villainous, route leads to doom, whatever the full title of that show is. It's a good show. I love it dearly, and I've read up the manga. Good show, and it's played for comedy at the start, but now that you've gotten introduced the characters and some stakes have been introduced, you've gotten to some stakes have been introduced. You've gotten into the guts of the world. Oh, let me fix that for you. But now that you've gone into the proverbial guts of the show, you now wrong thing. That you've gotten through the I missed a lot here. Hold on. No, Come here. Quite lie. Alright. Now that you've gone through the fluffiness, you can get to the proverbial guts of a show. Like, when it establishes... Ooh, I should... I like shows that, but I don't like when shows, what's it called, get way too sad way too fast. I don't really like them. Like, I'm fine with tonal shifts and tonal dissonance. Depending on the show, that can be pretty cool. I think this one's going to be, let's see. Maybe we have it be like, maybe let's have some. Maybe this one can be like maybe like a lava-y one. Stripstone. Let me fly to the top. So now we're going to be talking about my personal, I think this will be red then, because it's closest to that one. So, we just find a lot of red blocks. Here's, so, I like this world, and I think the stuff I put into it is interesting. I'm just pulling out the red stuff right now and seeing what do we have? Excuse me. A lot of it's nether stuff. Coral won't survive because I'm not using it. So I'm trying to use as little water as possible to make sense in the. So this is, yeah, brick doesn't look as what's the word? So maybe what does this look like? I think it looks fine as the floor. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it will look fine as the floor. And then I'll get for light the low. Oh nope. Shroom lights. I think I'll eat the wool. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. I love music. So going. Wow, I am very scattered tonight. But tonight's hyperfixation that I'm bringing back is again is my Sailor Moon obsession. I've had it for years, like literal years. I'm not even joking about that. Some of my friends wish I was joking. I am not. Let me just stuff that in there. I am not joking about that. That is one of the things I'm most serious about. I adore it with all my heart, even though I know it has. See, the thing is, if you can accept there are things about a work, like you can accept that it's not the best work and it could be better, I have a feeling that's when you can say you are a big fan of the show. Because you can, if you can accept that a show, in all of your love for it, has faults, then not you're a true fan of the show, but something along those lines, you know? You can accept something. If you can accept something that you love has faults, you're doing pretty okay. Ba, ba, ba. One taller? Yeah, one taller. No, I am not building penises. So let me add some. So oh yeah, I didn't add it. Yeah, that's why it looked weird. Oop. And then I think I will use a bit of carpet here. So and then more carpet here. I do like that, like for the throne, and then because that's where the bedrock is. So maybe I'll have it shift it one forward. I didn't want that. No, get. Okay, so boop, 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 boop. Okay, and then okay, and then that forward one. So I have to move it forwards one more. Let me just destroy this. I'll fix the floor after. So I think because I'm using mostly nether, I think they'll be like formally a foreign like emissary, but then decided to stay with the Ender Queen. Like maybe do that sort of thing with that character. Reminder that I literally have nothing about these characters yet. They are just in my head. So far, oh, that's what it was. It was my carpet. No one will see it, but I must make things look pretty. that's my, oh. That's the reason why a lot of my stuff is just oddly complicated. No one will see it, but I must make it look pretty. That's just, it's my main philosophy around a lot of things. Yeah, no one will see it, but I at least have to make it look pretty, right? I just like making things look pretty. And then in the middle, do that. Maybe I pull some trap doors? Pull some... Oh. And then like make door. Oh, that's 4. Door. I realize I'm going like for a very crimson foresty vibe here. I went like that. Can I stack doors? Apparently not. Maybe pull a trapdoor. I won't be offended if you call me out and say that doesn't look good. Oh, thank God that worked. I'm very willing to accept that I'm wrong. And then put that there. Oh, rip door. There we go. Then I can... How do I want to make, like... I don't really want to do a spiral staircase. Maybe... Okay, exception to my not using water rule. This is the only exception. It's only for transportation purposes. And only in transportation purposes am I allowed to break my own rules. So then go boop. Only for transportation purposes am I allowed to break my own rules. What's it called? Magma, so it'll go down. No wait, I don't want it to go down. Just climb up and down it. Forehead. Then you find where it splashes. And you build a little link. There you go. That's my only exception to the no water rule. Breaking the rules. Sorry, I must make it look pretty. That's my only exception to the no. I do like myself a red concrete. Maybe I'll make it like a tiered one. So Let me count how many blocks this is. One, oh. Okay, one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, let me just build down. That'll be helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119. Huh. So 119. 119. Let me make a note of this before I forget, and then we're sad way down to Chinatown. That is coordinates. 129. Oh, that was also, I found a comic that was using a math thing that I learned recently, so I was like, let me hop on that and see what the answer is. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that. Only in cases where transportation is being made will I use water in the end realm. That is my only exception. Fuck. If you do go to my VOD channel, which is linked, I will be putting the playlist where I have acquired my music from. So, yeah. So, let me just... so... It's either sit in chair and then go... I can't go there. So it's sit in chair, then when the meeting ends, bonk, 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 bonk. I think this is what I'll use. So, calculator time. So now is 129. Is 129 a prime number? No. 43. Should I just do it by tens? Tens or fives? Let's see what the difference is. Because I'm worried about height space. I think I'll do it by tens and then have the last one just so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think let's go with tens, because that'll work better in the long run, and then I'm not frantically panicking and every single floor has one thing on it. So I'm not like, is that still 29 floors that I have to fit things onto? So you're still gonna be building these towers for a while. I'll probably let some of my friends come on and design their own tower, depending on if they're willing to stream that day. Maybe I'll get Ollie, maybe I'll get Quince, maybe Wes. Really depends on who's, so there we go, first floor. It really depends on who's up and about. So I'm gonna go on to Ollie's server. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk about my beloved Sailor Neptune, because I love that girl so much. She's my favorite Sailor Scout by a long shot, and I'm being killed. And there's a hole in my glass! Please tell me I have extra glass somewhere. Do I have extra glass? That's my... Oh, it'd probably be in my glass chest. Wow, hold on. Let me just shove my sand in there. So, Sailor Neptune, hands down, my most favorite Sailor Scout. Why? At first, I had no idea. Like, genuinely, I was like, why is she my favorite? I was also very confused at why she was my favorite when I actually started thinking about it a few years ago. So I think the reason why she's my favorite is the mix of combination between she's a sixth ranger, and I love myself a good sixth ranger because they shake up the dynamic of the show. So half of it's that. That's my pickaxe. Don't take my pickaxe. I think half of it's that, and then the other half is very pretty. She's very pretty, and I love that. Sailor Neptune's just very pretty. What can I say? She's just pretty. Very pretty, and I love her dearly. So, she's very pretty. She's cool, and like, she knows what she's doing, and she's not fumbling around. I think that's also what I liked about her. She was competent when we first met her, and it wasn't like a, how do I do this thing again? She was aware of what she could do, and she wasn't going to try and like do stupid things. Well, I'm pulling off of. Also, I will always cry at episode 110 of the original anime for, well, my girl dies. Where did I dig through? Sorry, I'm just annihilating this hill right now so I can get more resources. So, spoilers for the original Sailor Moon, which has been out for like years upon years, early 90s, late early 90s, I think. Early to mid 90s, actually. It's like, it only came to America in 2000, but it's been running since like 95, 96, I think. I should sorry, I'm fiddling with. Oh, very loud. Shit. Spider! Where are you? Okay, yeah, this is fine. So, I think it was, and I also think it was her gay, not gayness per se, but like her willingness to do her job regardless of whether it made her sad. She was very strong, not physically, but emotionally. She had her shit together, essentially, for a while, and then when we got when we actually got to know them outside of their public perfect personas and their ruthless guardian personas. Um, you got to know them as not broken down as they were, but broken down as they were. Nearing the middle slash nearing the middle of the Sailor Super Sailor Moon S season 3, and you got to know them outside of their "I'm so perfect, look at me go" sort of thing. You got to learn about them as the I'm I am a person, I have insecurities, and I get through my life somehow. I always loved seeing, like, not characters being broken down to their bare bones, but like knowing them as more of a person than a walking perfect archetype. I love that about characters, because you get to see them in their you get to see them and what they're like without awkward conversations. Me having bad social anxiety. Well, not social anxiety, I just don't like talking to people. INFJ people. I'm just an INFJ trying to live my life, guys. Please don't cancel me. Um, but I love Sailor Neptune. I feel like I keep going back. And I think the first episode to make me cry when I was binging Sailor Moon, it wasn't the Guardians dying. It wasn't the four dying in the first season and then getting revived. It wasn't them not remembering each other in the first half of the second season. It wasn't well, Pluto didn't die until later in the anime version. It wasn't Chibiusa getting taken over by. Okay, I can make a whole rant about why I hate Chibiusa. Hate's a strong word, but I dislike her a lot. I'm just not a fan of the brat characters. Well, Kasusagi matured, and I think I was also more endeared to her because she's doing her best, but she's also very, very lazy. Um, and I was fine with that because known her, quote unquote, for a season and a half before we even met Chibiusa, and then Chibiusa just came off as brat character to me, and I do understand her motivations. When I finished the show, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Seems legit. But I was just very annoyed with her for my first few watchings of it, and I'm still not a part of the I hate Chibiusa club. It's more of a you're not my least favorite character, but you're not my most favorite character sort of thing. Yeah, I think that's what I've evolved into on my stance of Chibiusa. Not the worst character, not the best character. Um, so I had to go off a tangent about that. Um, I did like the oh, I was talking about how episode 110 made me genuinely cry because it's just I think the one that surprisingly another Neptune and Uranus episode that almost made me cry was episode 98. It's the one not really the best episode in the first half. It's like, oh, look at us go. We're watching a motorcycle race. Whoop whoop. But in the second half, when freaking Michiru is like, she's just like, abandon me, bro. She says to her classmate, abandon me, bro. Oh dear God, end my suffering. Um, sorry, I have to turn down my mic a bit. Um, she's just like, leave, abandon me. don't hang on for me. I'm going to die. Do it. Make sure no one else dies. Just the strength to tell your partner who you're closest with, leave me behind. Don't be stupid. Like, that just hits me every single time I watch that episode. So I almost cried on that episode. And then 110 actually did make me cry because this woman gets so injured to make sure her lover does. I wasn't sure. They always act like lovers. Oh, cool, hell yeah. They always acted like lovers, but I was never sure if they were actually in a relationship before. Because I don't think they were based on their promise. They were like, if I'm practically going to die, don't, what's the word? Don't come back for me. Just go on, do the mission. And if I die, I die. So I don't think they were in a relationship before the entire talisman debacle in. I don't think they were together before that, but I think they probably got together after that. Not positive here, speaking from probably should rewatch that show because I love it so much, Land. But that episode made me cry because that woman fucking died. Both of them died for each other, and then I will not hesitate to admit that I did genuinely giggle when the next episode it's like, oh yeah, she's dead. Hark is dead as a doornail, and then it's just, I'm still hanging on. I'm still here. This is what you should do. It's just very amusing to me for some reason. Oh, hold on. Let me rename it to Oliver SMP playing on an SMP. Is then it's so bland and generic. Everyone will. Oh Jesus, it's night. On. So generic. Everyone will want to join. Is I don't know. But yeah. Then see, for the longest time, people thought Sailor Pluto was my favorite, because once again, she's another competent person. But I liked her for a while, and then when I actually went and found the manga, I was like, you are oddly infatuated with this man who is married. Are you okay? That was my entire reaction to her for a while. My entire reaction to her for the longest time was, you are lusting after a married man. Are you okay, good sir? Good lady? That was my reaction for a while. And I came around as like, yeah, understandable. You have literally nothing to do. But it just felt really awkward for me personally, because it's like, she's lusting after a married man who's very in love with his wife, if I remember correctly. Back to my Sailor Neptune hole. They make me feel, because they're always very, like, they were always touchy-feely, and then freaking Ichiru fucking died. And they were like, shit, man, this isn't, a life without you isn't worth living. And why, and from that episode alone, it started out with, don't go into a world where I can't follow. And then, once again, it ends off with that, and I just love her. Oh god, I'm actually tearing up. I love them so much. Oh, my outer guardian girls, my babies. They are like in high school and they are young adults, but I am calling them babies. They're emotionally stunted. Haruka at least was emotionally stunted. Will not deny though that episode 106 almost did get me for crying. It almost got me. I would like to get out of these. Will not deny that that episode almost made me cry because I was like, oh, I'll probably kill again. Shit, man. Jesus, you don't expect to be hit with that when you're watching a show that was I thought it was for kids for the longest time because my only what's the word? My only interaction with the show for a while was under the assumption that it was a kid's show because of, well, you know, for kids and their run of the show. We all know for kids. The people responsible for dub piece, the horrible dub of Sailor Moon, the horrible English dub of Sailor Moon. No, not faulting the voice actors and actresses. You guys were doing fine. Fault entirely to the people who were like, we can't have lesbians, make them cousins. You guys, they probably didn't really have anything to do with that. Sorry, I had to get more shit. And no fault to them. They're doing their best, and I hope they're doing okay. Okay, that is off-centered by 1. I'll fix it later. That is never going to be fixed. I'm gonna keep it just to annoy people, I think. But I just loved that they were I think I liked them over the middle school. I think they are middle school. Yeah, they're middle schoolers because they transferred to high school. Yeah, I think the reason why I liked them so much is because they had their shit together and they weren't crying. Also, I think it was baby child figures out that she is most definitely not straight. She's somewhere there, but she's not sure where the fuck she is. Yeah, Baby Suki. Baby Suki was out of her mind. Well, not out of her mind, but Baby Suki and Suki now still doesn't know where she is. Yeah. But I think also the reason why I fell down the I Love Neptune land is because around that time I discovered that in the from like 95 to 05 or like 04 they ran Sailor Moon musicals. And well, Sailor Moon musicals, my guys. So I think the reason why I was so enamored with them is because now Taka, I can't pronounce it. How do you? What is her? Jesus, Toad. Sorry, I looked at my now Takagi. No, Takagi. Yeah, now Takagi and on Wikimoo. Now Takagi and okay, thank God. I thought my music stopped. So now Takagi and Yuga Asami really brought the characters to life for me. Cause well, on stage you really have to to be an actor, especially for musicals and plays, you really have to not know the character, but you need to know the I'm not doing well with explaining myself tonight, but you kind of do need to know the character well enough that you can react how you think they'd react in certain situations, and they did that so well. I felt as if I was watching a genuine relationship between two people, not two actors on a stage performing that relationship for my amusement. I was genuinely enamored with how they acted because they were so good. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my audio again. Don't move it up. No! Let me move it up to 20. You don't know how much this song like freaking jump scared me for the longest time. Um, I just I just love their portrayals of Neptune and Uranus because they feel like actual people and not someone being not it's not someone being forced to play a character on a show. And I did watch the live action Sailor Moon, but they only had like the first season. Like first season, i.e., it's I think they're Dark Kingdom, right? Or is that just the Kunzite and Nephrite? They were the main guys. So I just remember Kunzite and Nephrite because they were always just not because they were gay, but they. I like when villains have interpersonal relationships if they're a part of like an organization. Interpersonal relationships between villains can, like with Witches 5, you had the betrayal of Mimette, who freaking killed Eugil, who was like the most successful Witches 5 member, I think. Period. Like, Jesus, woman, you should get a raise, but then she dies. Um, so, what's the fucking word? Interpersonal relationships. Good. But the thing what I like about musicals, especially if it's for a pre-established show, regardless of whether it is animated or live action, it's that oh, is the sun already going down again? It's that there's a way to expand the characters outside of what's already been put into the first tier. Also, especially with the Sailor Moon musicals, they had a lot of freedom when it came to story ideas. That's for my cows VT dubs. I'm waiting for the grass to grow on Cow Island. That's that over there. I liked that they had so much freedom with like what plots they could do. Like, they literally had vampires in Sailor Moon. I I watch that sometimes when I need to giggle, because as much as the story is serious, it's vampires in a magical girl show that doesn't really have anything to do with vampires in the first place. It's just so good. So good. Wait, this. Let me put some half stack coal. Not half a stack, but half there. But I like the creative freedom that the original Sailor Moon musicals had, because you could get the craziest stuff, and it was always interesting. And like with Crystal, uh, the newer set of musicals is just like a one-to-one recreation of, well, not one-to-one, but practically one-to-one. Like, Haruka wasn't a fucking idol in the original uh manga, but in the beautiful world of cinema musicals, she's an idol who masquerades as a boy. Also, I just love sometimes when I'm like bopping around. I don't have it on playlists, but it's just I just sometimes hear some of the songs from the musicals in my head. Like there's Fire, 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 Fire. And then there's also Sailor Miracle Make Up. Good song. And then we also have uh, the beautiful song of Eye of the Storm from the newer show. Da, 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 da. Right now we have Nintendo Music bopping. Um, but I do like myself some songs, good songs. And then I just really like my girls. My girls. I love them. Um so one of the ones I can think of off the top of my head are the Drackle musicals. So they were all vampire musicals with Sailor Moon on them. Sailor Moon vampire musicals. They were good. Good as fuck. Very good. Um so there were three of them. They normally did, unless it was a one-off thing or it was like, you know, the show? Here's the show, but in bite-sized form, like with the, or here's the show, but with more giggles, i.e., the Sailor Stars musical, the old one, not the new one, also the new one, kind of. Uh, like here's the show, but with more giggles. Here's a one-off, or here's completely a side story that will never appear in the show, but is funny nonetheless. So it was so vampires and Sailor Moon, and then one night at a study party, some of the Sailor Guardians, uh, get turned into vampires, but then they don't know about it. And then one of them is Michiru, and then she's like, and then Haruka's like, mate, I'm gonna have to kill you. And she's like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to kill you. And gives like this epic as all heck, epic as all heck, what's the word? Like, speech? She's like, but you are the guardian of smiles. You are the guardian of the sea with a smile in her eyes. And I'm sorry. And you always ran after me. And okay, that speech always makes me cry. Um, good shit. Good shit. That's some good shit. Oh, I need to put on my rubber band. That's some good shit. Just, I love it so much. Makes my heart go brr, brr, you know? It's just very good. I'm just flattening out the slide right now, beach dubs. So, oh, right. So, sorry about my unplanned rant about how much I freaking love Haruka and Michiru and the Sailor Moon, Sailor Moon, see the English dub, the 4 Kids one, they try and be hip with the kids, and I watched it to make myself cringe and also to giggle at stupidity, because they altered I remember I was watching something with like localization, why it's hard, and uh like why it's hard and what localization can do to a work. It was an interesting watch, and I don't remember the name of it, which I'm sad about now. But it was like, ask anime watchers; they'll know what you're talking about when talking about like plot deviations. Cause oh dear God, they were cousins. Oh, every day I live on this jolly green giant earth, and then I remember they made lesbians cousins. Excuse me. Every day I live on this earth, then I remember they made lesbians cousins. Yeah, they did that. I pretend that I do not see it, and I guess they were just. It's just become a laughing point of me. They also made Zoisite a girl. And Fisheye was also a girl, even though Fisheye was a man, I think. Yeah, I think Fisheye was a man who liked to prey on pretty men. Fisheye, for context, Fisheye is a villain from Super S. Um, that's for context. I'm not saying, oh, he's a gay man, he's a predator. He was a villain from Super S, who was part of a circus act and liked to dress up as a woman. And good for him. He looked good. I will not deny that he looked good. He looked very pretty, and more power to him. Yeah. See, other than that, uh, just I skipped through the cousins because I skip through the cousins or I just sit through it and I just have to continue giggling or all of my progress will be for naught because well I can barely handle it. Watching old dubs when you're like half sleep deprived is the best because at least it's in English and you know what's going on ish. Um, but it's just, oh my God, you're in Bummersville today, and I'm like, what does that even mean? It's just very, haha, funny to me. Um, other than that, all of this to say, I love Michiru Kaio. She's my favorite Sailor Moon character of all time. She's so good. Mwah! I love her. Uh, anyway. Oh no! In other news, I love her dearly. She's just my favorite Sailor Moon character. She's so good. She's good at her job. She played violin. She represents the ocean. It's also probably because she represents the ocean, and I adore the ocean. It's like my bread and my butter. The ocean and the stars are my bread and butter. I think if I had to choose a favorite within the Inner Scouts, though, I think it'd be Mars or Venus. Because, wow, me talking about how much I really dislike crybaby like characters, but Venus had her head on straight for a while. Venus was like the most competent member Venus was the most competent member until well, not competent, but Venus had her head on straight when it came to Sailor business, if I remember correctly, because she'd been there before. The Sailor V comics are so good. I like them. I love them. Sailor V is, mwah. I like it a lot. It's like, it's a good precursor to Sailor Moon, and it's just enough comedy with just enough seriousness. It's just enough comedy with just enough seriousness nearing the end, especially. Um, and I'm fine with it. But you know what I dislike about shows? When they're like, oh, look at this cool fake anime series we put into this anime series, and I'm like, Damn, that sounds like a good anime series. Why must you hurt me in this way? That just looks off to me. I'll fix that later. Hold on. There we go. No, that's not right. I meant to fix this, didn't I? I must fix this before I go insane. Where is it? There it is. So, boop. There we go. Just throw flowers there. Let me just throw the rest of the stuff in the basement. That was my main purpose for finishing the basement so quickly, was space for shit. So thank you for coming to my unscheduled rant about Sailor Neptune and how much I love her. She is my girl. Thank you for coming to that tonight. I'm not leaving stream though. I'll stream for like a bit longer. I just have a lot of land to clear out right now. Sorry if my voice starts to sound groggy. Yeah, so essentially, me loves Sailor Neptune so much. She has her head on straight, she's smart, she loved the ocean, she played violin. Mwah. I feel like I've switched topics like at least 10 times this stream alone. So I went from talking about my hyperfixation on King's Avatar, what I like in my media. I added Michiru to my stream layout, and then I started talking about it because I wanted to talk about my relationship with my Funko Pop figures, and then I started talking about how much I love. Then I was talking about, oh, I like myself some good rain background. Oh, I need to hold things. I'm an introvert living in an extroverted world. Jesus Christ, holy crap. Jesus, Mary, and Luigi is something no one shall ever deserve context to, and I will just keep talking about it for the rest of eternity. Yeah. I just need to do a lot of grinding, so I'm gonna be. I'll probably stream it a lot. I'll probably stream a bit more, but I won't be streaming at all next week because I won't. I'll be with people. Wow. Surprisingly. Yeah. I'll be doing the macaroni. Not the Macarena. I feel like I've gone off on an unscheduled rant about how much I love Sailor Neptune at least twice in my streaming career. One of them has been saved, it's this stream, and then the other one is lost to the sands of Twitch because I didn't have VODs turned on. And then their cousin's XD lol clip is also gone because I didn't save it in time. Oops. I'm sorry, guys. I did not give you the proper love you deserve with their cousin's XD lol. I just love this woman. She has mirror. I also talked about my hyperfixation on mythology and the stars for a bit. I think I like her weapon. I like when unconventional things are used as weapons. Because it's a fucking mirror. No one expects you to pull out a mirror and use it as a weapon. Except for me now. But it's so, like, not usually seen. Like, you'll see a fan used as a weapon. You'll see like, in comparison to the other Guardians, she is the most, like, unconventional weapon. Like, you won't see it everyday weapon. Because you have, Jupiter and her mystical. Jupiter just has Electro Ball from Pokemon. Mars has a bow and arrow, that's a conventional weapon. Oh, I've fallen into a hole. Mars has a bow and arrow, that's a conventional weapon. Mercury, well, a harp. But harps can be used as weapons, and they are more commonly seen as being used as weapons. Mercury has like a harp lyre thing. I think she calls it a lyre. Not positive on that though. I'll get back to you on that. Mercury has a lyre thing, but she strums it to attack, and that's more commonly seen, I think. I don't worry about the copper. I'm going to get it. And then Venus has a chain, and Sailor Moon has what's the word? She has herself some magical plastic wands, which common in fucking Sailor and fucking magical girl anime, very common. Um, and then we have, and we get to well, but he uses a cane. So Tuxedo Mask, not really a Sailor Guardian, but he uses a cane and roses. He just appears and does nothing. I love it. He is dumb. I love him. So he appears and he uses a cane. He uses cool. I should probably go get that too. He uses a cane. He uses roses, more commonly seen than a mirror. And then you have, was there more coal above my previous coal hole? Oh. So then we have Pluto, who uses a staff. Staff is an actual weapon people use and can major. People can major in staff. That's not what I meant to say, but people use staves as weapons in more commonly. And then you have Uranus, who literally uses a sword. It's a cutlass, BT dubs. Cutlasses are more typically seen as piratey weapons. They're curved blade. Actually, cutlass equal more commonly seen in pirate work. Pirates didn't just use broadswords, they also used cutlasses. And then you also have and then Sailor Saturn uses a scythe. Once again, an actual weapon that people actually use. Well, it is a less common scythe than like it's not the Grim Reaper scythe that you see in like pictures of the Grim Reaper. It's more like a messed up U sort of scythe. So they call it a scythe, but it's really not one. They all have decently conventional weapons, minus Jupiter. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I don't think you actually caught a weapon. That's what Google's for. And if a weapon does pop up, I will. What is her weapon? Does she actually get one? Okay, that's fake. That's also fake. It's just like a possible what could. I don't think she had a mace. These are just fake what if weapons. I'm fine with that. Because it's interesting to see what other people would So she also has a belty thing. So Sailor Jupiter also has a belty thing. And there also is that sword from the moon that they had. So jury's out on if she actually has an actual weapon that is because she has a belty thing, but I think that's just like for the aesthetic. I think it's just for the aesthetic at least. It's like what's the word? I feel like it's just for the aesthetic at least. Because I think she only ever uses it to power up her attacks, not actually use it for an attack. Or it's just like I summon it from here, but it's just a what's the word? But it's just a fun visual design. I think it's just a fun visual design. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's just a fun visual design. Oh, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube and like find it in my and then like watch this like, what's it called? Like a week later and be like, what was I on? Also, my voice will probably sound different to me for some reason. Sometimes I go back and watch old streams that I've uploaded to my VOD channel, which shameless self-promotion, let's go. VOD channel is linked in my, oh, hi chickens. My VOD channel is in fact linked on my profile. Please check it out. And before you ask, yes, I do only have one actual thing up on my highlights channel. I'm very bad at actually sitting down and editing. I could do that over my break though. I could do that. I could do that over my break because, well, maybe I'll do it during my downtime next week. I think I'll do editing for a bit. The stream I'm currently editing right now is my June the 9th stream. It is almost August. I think it's August. No. It's August in like 2 days. I've been really slow on my editing game. I probably should do better. But should probably do better, probably get more edits out. But at least I'll only be parsing through hour-long streams instead of hour and I think the first stream was the hardest to do because that was an hour, almost like 2 hours long. Oh dear God, this one's almost 2 hours. Oh, rip me whenever I end up actually getting this far to editing. But I got like, so that one was really hard to actually edit down and chop down because a lot of it was just me fixing audio, fixing stream stuff because it was my first actual genuine stream that's not let me figure stuff out stream. It was actually genuine streaming. So that was messy and finicky, so I guess that happened. I'm really bad. I'm just really not good at this. I'm trying my best here, guys. Leave a follow if you're interested, question mark. See, it's a clown show because I barely get. I stream once in a blue moon, and then I say I'm going to edit videos. That's definitely what I'm doing in my off time, but then I'm also just playing on this SMP in my own world. See, accountability streams were good when I didn't have a playlist of videos called vids to work at. See, that's why I had accountability streams before I had like long videos that I wanted to watch but couldn't like find time to watch them. That's why accountability streams existed. I think I'm gonna log off. I've started becoming insane. So, that's the wrong one. So guys, thank you so much for appearing on stream. You're actually here. Antipastas. Heck, don't move. Antipastas. Expectation. And Social Friends 11. I think you're all. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you all are. Thank you for sitting with me while I stream and talk about random stuff. I won't be here like next week. I wish you the best on the rest of your day or night. Time zones are fucky wucky. Good night. Ending the stream.